On June 27, 2025, Ziyu landed in Beijing only to be swallowed by a sea of fans, screams, pushing, chaos. But this wasn't the first time. Just days earlier, crowds had already started gathering, but nothing like this. That night, Ziyu posted on Weibo, "Please chase stars, rationally put safety first." This wasn't just excitement, it was a warning sign. Fast forward 5 days. July 2nd. The situation escalates. Fans followed him to his hotel, blocked the entrance, filming him relentlessly. Ziyu chased them down, shouting, "You really are shameless." Police were called. A public breakdown of order, all caught on camera. This isn't about love anymore, it's harassment, and it's deeply rooted in Chinese BL fandom culture. Let's rewind. Here's how it all started. Ziyu arrived in Beijing, expecting a routine trip. Instead, he was greeted by a mob. Hundreds of fans crowded the airport, pushing, screaming, filming from every angle. Security struggled to maintain control. At one point, Ziyu was seen running through the terminal, visibly shaken. This wasn't just fan enthusiasm, it was a complete collapse of boundaries. Later that day, he posted on Weibo, "Thank you all for your enthusiasm, but I really didn't expect things to go this way today. Please stay safe, and I hope we can meet in safer circumstances in the future. I sincerely apologize." His agency, Ruihei Entertainment, followed up with 3 official statements. The first was an apology. They admitted to underestimating the crowd, acknowledged coordination failures, and promised to use VIP channels for future travel. They called the situation a serious lapse in security and accepted full responsibility. The second was a warning. They cited ongoing issues with stalking, car chasing, and harassment during public events in multiple cities. They announced a full upgrade to security protocols and made it clear, anyone caught blocking, tailing, or filming without consent could now be reported directly to the police. Then came the third statement. Ziyu's upcoming fan event in Xiamen, scheduled for the next day, was officially cancelled. The organizers said they couldn't guarantee safety for either the artist or the audience, so they called it off. Ziyu went live shortly after. He apologized to fans, even though none of this was his fault. He looked exhausted. During the live stream, Stalker fans began calling his phone repeatedly. Mid-apology, he had to stop and silence the calls. It was a chilling reminder. Even from behind a screen, they were still watching him. This wasn't just a bad day. This was a breakdown of privacy, safety, and control, all playing out in real time. And it was only the beginning. Just 5 days after the airport chaos, things escalated even further. On July 2nd, Ziyu was followed yet again, this time, all the way back to his hotel. Despite the late hour, a group of Stalker fans were waiting, phones and cameras out, recording everything. They blocked his path, kept filming, and ignored all boundaries. Ziyu didn't stay silent. He confronted them, visibly angry, voice raised, shouting, "You really are shameless!" It wasn't a scripted moment. It was raw. And it was all caught on camera by the same fans who had crossed the line. In the clip, he's seen chasing them outside the hotel as they retreat, still recording. The scene spread quickly online, not as fan content, but as evidence of how far things had gone. This wasn't just a breach of privacy. It was harassment. And it happened at his place of rest, a hotel, where he should have felt safe. To understand what happened, we need to talk about who these fans really are. In Chinese fandom culture, there's a troubling group known as Shengfen, or private life fans. They're the Chinese equivalent of Korean sasang fans, obsessive, boundary-breaking, and often dangerous. These fans don't just admire from afar. They track their idols everywhere: airports, hotels, even during private outings. They block entrances, film intimate moments without consent, and invade personal space without hesitation. Sometimes they go even further to doxing, leaking personal information, which is then sold, weaponized, or used for deeper harassment. Since 2020, Chinese authorities have tried to crack down on this with campaigns like Kunlong Xingdong or the Clean Internet Initiative, a sweeping effort to reduce online toxicity, stalking, and fan-driven harassment. But despite these efforts, SI Shengfen remain a serious issue, especially in the world of Chinese BL fandom. A fandom where the line between fantasy and reality is often blurred, and where obsession can sometimes become normalized. To really understand the impact of all this, we need to know who Ziyu is. Born in 2002, his real name is Zheng Ping. Like many idols in China, he got his start on survival shows. He placed 33rd on We Are Young in 2020, then returned for Youth with You3 in 2021, where he ranked 31st, just before the show was abruptly cancelled. Despite not making the final lineup, he eventually debuted in a little-known boy group called Guanghe Shaonian, under a small agency named Huakaibangxia. But his debut didn't lead to fame, it led to abuse. In late 2022, Ziyu revealed that he had been physically assaulted by a fellow group member. According to him, it started during dance practice and went on for months, including being beaten, threatened, and even forced to live in a basement for half a year. Fans had already noticed bruises on his face and neck. The agency denied everything. They claimed it was just an accident, a rehearsal injury. Then they locked him out of his own social media accounts. And finally, they kicked him out of the dorm. Ziyu filed a lawsuit to terminate his 12-year contract, a fucking slave contract, saying he would pay any price to leave. That price? 600,000 RMB, roughly 83,000 USD, which he's now repaying out of pocket. To survive, he took on whatever work he could find. Ad shoots, background roles, even shifts at a clothing store. He reportedly paid 10,000 RMB a month just to chip away at the debt. Meanwhile, he disappeared from the public eye. Then, in early 2024, he came back. Ziyu quietly released a solo song titled Ni Guo de Hai Hao Ma, which means, How have you been? It wasn't flashy, but the lyrics were clear. Let go of the past, move forward. It was his way of starting over. And then came Revenged Love, the role that would turn him into a breakout star. Revenged Love, also known as Ni Ai, is a 24-episode enemies to lovers BL drama starring Ziyu as Wu Suo Wei, a heartbroken man who sets out to seduce his ex's new flame, only to fall for him instead. His co-star, Tian Ning, plays Qi Cheng, the cold, wealthy heir who becomes the target of Wu Suo Wei's revenge and eventual romance. Based on the popular novel by Chai Ji-dan, the drama blends emotional angst with intense chemistry and quickly went viral. Behind the scenes, Revenged Love is a Chinese-Taiwanese co-production, filmed in mainland China, but not licensed for release there. Instead, the distribution rights were sold to a Singaporean company, allowing the drama to premiere internationally via Gaga Olala, Viki, and others, helping it avoid China's strict BL content restrictions. Notably, platforms like Viki listed under the Taiwan category, likely reflecting the production partnership. Interestingly, Ziyu wasn't the original first pick for the lead, but his performance turned him into a breakout star, winning over both critics and fans. Mainland China's stance on BL content is strict. No depictions of romantic relationships between men are allowed in media unless heavily edited or disguised. That's why most Chinese BL dramas are either censored beyond recognition, rewritten as bromance, or blocked altogether. Authorities often label BL content as promoting unhealthy relationships or immoral values, especially if it gains mainstream attention. Most Chinese BL adaptations are stripped of all romance, rebranded as bromance to pass censorship. But Revenged Love found a loophole. Although filmed in mainland China, the drama was co-produced with a Taiwanese company and licensed to a Singaporean distributor. It's never been released inside China, which means it technically avoids Chinese censorship laws. It's rare for a drama filmed in mainland China to be released as an actual BL, especially with the original novel's tone intact. That's how Revenged Love pulled off the impossible. A true BL drama, made in China, without ever airing there. Despite the risks, many producers still push to create BL content because of the huge international demand. The global BL fandom spends big, making it a lucrative market that producers want to tap into. Controversy can even work as free marketing. Fandom wars, rumors, and scandals drive attention and viewership, keeping the shows in the spotlight. But there's also real danger behind the scenes. Authorities in China have been cracking down on idol worship, fan culture, and fan fiction platforms like AO3, trying to control the influence of these communities. Some BL writers and creators have even faced arrests or investigations as part of this crackdown, showing how serious the government is about controlling BL content and its fandom. What this means and what to watch out for. There's a fine line between admiration and violation. Sometimes fan love crosses boundaries, turning into harassment, or worse. This puts actors at real risk from physical harm and doxing to serious mental health struggles. As a result, the industry is adapting, with more productions moving overseas, tighter regulations on fan behavior, and stronger security measures to protect everyone involved. This whole situation with Ziyu and his Stalker fans is a perfect example of the darker side of Chinese private life fandom, what's known as Sheng fan. It's not just an isolated incident, but part of a much bigger problem where fan obsession spirals out of control. In a heavily censored and tightly controlled entertainment market, these extremes seem only to get worse. It makes you wonder, what's the real cost of this kind of fandom? I hope this pause in the chaos gave you some space to think about that. Until next time, this is GPkP.